If you weren't in HR, what career you would have chosen?
I chose myself to be an engineer.
What's the best piece of career advice you have ever received?
Just be open for learning.
Hi everyone, welcome to this podcast which is called Tallect Talks, and we have a very experienced Divya Thakur with us today. She's heading the Total Rewards for Point Switch. Very warm welcome, Divya, for today's podcast. Thank you so much for coming down for this recording and sharing all the insights which you're going to share in this podcast.
Hi, my name is Divya.
All right, Divya. So why don't you just quickly talk about your professional journey with us, audience, so that they understand how your experience has been, and especially I see that you were an engineer. And from an engineer becoming a total rewards professional, I am very intrigued to know about it.
Yeah, even I was very surprised how did I landed here. But yes, so I have about 12 years of experience now in HR space. I started my career as an IT professional, and because I was an engineer, and then from that IT professional, I felt like I cannot do this better. Or I cannot make justice to what I'm doing, was not enjoying much with internal movements with one of the company, which got me opportunity to move to recruitment, and from there onwards I spent about 2 years in recruitment, and then I moved to total reward space, and ever since I'm just doing that. So yeah, finally a total reward consultant across all, majorly global consultant. Yeah.
Okay. That's really fascinating to hear. Okay, quickly, when you touched on topic which is total rewards, I think a lot of people are not aware what does it mean. So quickly, if you could explain what is a total rewards all about, and for an organization, why is it so important to have a unified total rewards system in place?
It's very important because the largest cost in terms of operating cost is the employee cost all around. So if we are not optimizing that in a very disciplined manner, or rather in a unified manner, first of all, we don't get that faith from the employee, that trust, that and we are not being that transparent also, which comes with that trust. So it's very, very important from both financial aspect of it, and also from the culture cultivation perspective also. So yeah, that's very important to have a philosophy around what we want to do and where we want to go. If we have that baseline structure laid out, I think the journey becomes little easy. I'll not say it's very easy, but yeah, somewhere a little easy to understand and navigate around. What is total rewards? It's a holistic approach to understand company's direction or culture, and at the same time how the employee can put some faith with the organization, and they should know that what they can expect from the organization. So total rewards just does not mean about the monetary parts of it, not just the compensation, but it also includes benefits, work-life balance, rewards and recognition, and it's a basically a holistic approach which makes sure that company gets around with the positive environment, and the intention is same: attract and motivate and retain people.
Now, you talked about, while you were sharing, there are certain challenges which you face in terms of unification of total rewards. Right, as a professional, you understand how much you play around and juggle with Excel sheets, right, with data for something at one place and the other place. What do you think are the major challenges, and how that can be covered? And I will come to the point where technology plays a very important role and how that can help. But right now I'm talking about from a organization's clarity perspective. What are those areas which are the major challenge in terms of really getting the entire unification for total rewards at one place?
I think challenges probably get diversified based on where you are at that particular time. In the beginning, accepting the fact that we would need a unified system, it will not work because this talent which is leaving, for example, if someone is leaving today and I'm saying, oh no, this guy is my friend, right? Like, or I have worked with him since my beginning of the journey, so I want to retain him. So let me give him money, which is probably outside the system or the process. So when you're making exceptions to the existing process, I think that is one of the biggest challenge, because then you're breaking the unified system what you're trying to build, or you have built already, or you don't know that there is a need of it. So accepting the first thing that we need a unified system. When I say unified system, not just for HR, but the overall other functions also altogether. From one is from the enablement perspective, that we need a unified system. One is from the transparency for the employees perspective, that whatever is happening to me in this process, because I've done this much, should happen to the similar way to the other person also, with the same skill set and other things. It should not have that I would say different approach or exception approach. If there is an exceptional case, then it has to be extraordinary from everyone else. It should be justifying enough. But ideally, the intent of it, the major challenge what you feel is that you have a process in place, but getting it implemented, not employed, is one thing. And I think change management, once you're ready, you have everyone onboarded with it, but people are not ready to accept the change of it. So the entire change management thing is another challenge which can come. Once everything is smoother for the first run, I think the second run is always easier. The first run comes with lot of hurdles or turbulence, I would say, but the second run is always easy. So the change management, I think the acceptance that we would need this in a disciplined manner is
right. Okay, so I gather I think 4 points from this conversation, which is going to really help any organization unify their total rewards. One is, of course, that clarity in terms of having that philosophy. First of all, right, the organization DNA has to be very, very clearly defined, and it is basically ensuring from a rewards perspective, but at the same time, culture perspective also, you have that complete clarity, both at the management end and at the employees end as well, right? And second is wherein you're talking about having an enabler, which is in the form of a technology, ensuring that, and in terms of integration, like you said, that not just total rewards as a function, which is part of the larger function of HR, but finance, IT, and all the other departments which are going to really play an important role for the organization to operate, are also able to really be part of that system. Okay, and the last one, which was the most important, I feel, is the change management. Entire communication, the change management plan, the way you're going to really, if it was not there in the organization so far, the total rewards philosophy or the strategy or that vision, that clarity, plus whatever technology you're going to really go on, which is going to be integrating everything on one place, that has to really be managed really well. Okay, so I think all these 4 points are something which really are the base when we talk about this particular topic of total rewards unification. Now, like I said, that we will come to the technology part of it. So basis your experience, Divya, what is it which is challenging in today's scenario when technology is just available at the click of a button? There are so many advanced tools which are available. Why is it that still as HR professionals, and particularly as total rewards professionals, we are struggling?
I think it's more like awareness. That's completely, again, my perception. Some of the CEOs are aware of it, that it's a very, very important function, and we would need to have that at an integrated place, so that everything comes well and we can stitch it together for a better workplace. And also the environmental part can be defined with this, can be achieved with this rather. So I think majorly the role plays awareness. Once the company or people who are taking that decision in the company understand that total rewards is part of HR function, which can help optimizing a lot of things in a better way, where we are spending money with the ROI. So with an intent of having I would say skilled workforce, which is again the right talent, right? So right talent and skilled workforce can be optimized if we put a good structure in terms of total rewards altogether, which can enable to achieve both HR and business goals. When I say structure, I mean probably for example, I'll give you an example. Learning and development, it's not that priority in some of the organization, and it's very, very prioritized in some of the organization. So if you talk about certain places, you'll hear people saying, oh, they have great opportunities to learn or maybe to move within the organizations. So for example, in one of my organization, I've moved from IT background to recruitment, and recruitment background to total rewards, and then I started working on it, right? So the entire growth phase or the learning phase which I've learned in one organization, because it's a great platform to develop yourself based on your interest, right? Similarly, it's important. So what Total Rewards does is they give you a plan. Like if you have a vision that this should be my company known as a brand, right? Like, oh, this company gives very good benefits. So let's work on that. Let's put more intention towards that, and it also comes with what is needed from the employee end. Right? Like it cannot be like, oh, I'm sitting as a management, I'm telling you that I need benefits, but my employee needs learning and development more. So what will give me a better return on this if I'm investing my time and money there? Ultimately comes, this sounds a little technical, but at the same time it is like that, right? Like if I'm putting money in L&D and I'm expecting my employees to take advantage of it, they will learn, but eventually they'll become a skilled workforce for me, which will help me achieve my goals faster, like business goals faster. So it's a win-win situation for both ways. It's not like I am losing on something by making extra added benefit for an employee. An employee is also learning and adding one extra certification or training in his resume on the job, and he's getting his growth phase. So it's that way overall. I think I missed the question now. I got digressed, but I hope I answered it.
Okay, so I think I'll just make it a little easy for you in terms of, imagining it. You're a total rewards professional who's very serious most of the times, not interacting with employees much, but with the HR business partners and, working more on the system, data, heavy numbers, right? And suddenly you have a genie, which is given to you, like a, real-time genie, and you can make a wish. What would be that wish that would help you, in making your life easy as a total rewards professional?
I think one of the great thing which any total rewards professional would love to do is easy to administer. That's the one of the, I think, philosophical part of it, that whatever programs, whatever processes you're making, you have that thing in mind that it should be simple, easy to understand, and easy to administer, like I said. So if that entire part is lifted away from total rewards, I think half of the job, or more than half of the job, is done. Rest is all logics which you have to put together, rationals, and like I said, comp philosophy defined into a process. Right. So everything else is, I think, little simplified or little less effort, if that is the word now. Right. Everything else is fine. So if there is a place where we can just integrate stuff in a simple way that it becomes easy to administer, it's the best thing. Genie.
All right, so that is the only condition. So the first question, Divya, is what's your favorite part of working in HR?
Oh, I think everything. Okay. So everything I said is probably my fastest answer, but I just want to give a little history. Apart from me, everybody around me knew that I should do HR. So that is true. Like I was in final year in engineering, and everyone was getting placed. I was sitting in the placement, and I was very demotivated that, oh, I'm not liking this role and everything. My HOD said that you should not go for job. Try for MBA. I was like, enough of studying for engineering. I cannot do MBA also now. And then I've prepared for GATE. I thought, okay, let's prepare for GATE. Unfortunately, I think that was good that it did not happen. But then my parents said, do MBA. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I will not become HR. Then I joined this IT company, which I was talking that I got a breakthrough, like entire journey. There again, my manager told me, please get into HR. You are not someone who can do all of this. So it is like I was pushed towards HR. I had no intentions to become HR, and that's why I just feel that I think everything about HR is what attracts me more and more. I'm always there to learn. Now, so I'm at that space where I feel like that it's okay. It's not total rewards work. It's fine. I'm ready to do HR VP job also now. I just want to learn more about HR. So yeah, I'm like good space in HR.
So from not getting into HR or thinking about it at all to becoming everything in HR, you're absolutely open for that. That's great. Okay, the next question is, if you weren't in HR, what career you would have chosen?
I chose myself to be an engineer, but clearly that did not happen. I cannot think of anything else now. Yeah, maybe a business person, like someone who do stocks. Yeah, I think stocks investment, something like that.
Okay.
I enjoy that too. So yeah.
Right. Okay. What's the best piece of career advice you have ever received? Other than not getting into HR or getting into HR.
I was about to say that please do HR. I think just be open for learnings. It's fine. Like if someone is, I think the best advice which I've got was this, that it's okay. Don't think that if you can do this job, don't wait for somebody else to do it. Just do it. So I think that helped me a lot, because I got to learn so many things in between this journey where I've seen people, oh, it's not my job. And then why did you do my job? Between those two questions, I saw myself learning something new. So I think that was best piece of advice, that if you can do it, just do it. Unless it's not a process breach. For some companies, it's a process breach. Please don't do it if it is a process breach.
And that's a Nike tagline, just do it.
Yeah, otherwise just do it.
Okay. Are you a morning person or night owl?
I can play both. I don't enjoy sleep really. But if I think I want to sleep, but I'm not that person who craves for sleeping and at the same time. But I think I'm both. I'm both.
I think coming from a total reverse professional, truly, because sometimes you have to burn the midnight oil and you can't.
Yeah, sometimes you have to stay back in office till 11, 12, and then you come home and get back to office again at 10:30 or something, because Bangalore traffic don't allow you to reach office at 9. So 10:30.
Okay, so next question, Divya. What's your go-to productivity hack? And I know it's very important from a total reverse profession perspective, because a lot of times you are so swamped in data that you really need to have your productivity hacks in place.
Create a project plan. Put right set of deadlines, and always have a buffer deadline. Give your team probably a week earlier deadline.
Okay.
So that you know that there will be a delay, so you can do that. I think project plan works well. I've never seen myself getting out of the line if I'm not working with a project plan. Like, you break the entire big project in small steps, put a date to it, put a responsible person. Obviously, you are accountable for everything. And then this new thing which I've learned during my project plan is RACI. One of the tech manager has told me this model. And RACI model, and it worked wonder for me. Last 1 year only I'm using it, and yeah, it just worked wonder for me.
Can you quickly give a brief about RACI
so
model so that it helps the audience?
R stands for responsible. Who's responsible in that particular step or for the project or process? Then A stands for accountable. Who is accountable and whom to consult is C. If in case there is an issue or something which is not normal, so you can consult someone. And who needs to be informed. So there'll be some people you need to inform that this has happened. What we are doing this, even though you are trying to resolve the issue, but you still need to inform somebody so that they are aware of it, just for the awareness thing. So this model is that's how you break the structure for process. That if I'm missing the process, then who is responsible for that? Who will take accountability if there is a impact of it, and then how to resolve that impact. Again, the consulting comes into the picture, and informed is informed, that you inform someone and take their views also if in case they can add. So yeah, this RACI model is great. New thing is what I've learned.
Great. Okay, I think last but not the least, quickly, are you a coffee or a tea? And I think I should say one more option for you, or a water person.
I am a water person, but I strictly moved to coffees in terms of in in days where I'm stressed or I'm anxious. I know coffee makes more anxiety, and my coffee is very popular with the name of poison because I just have like coffee, water, and ice. That's it. So
Okay.
nobody else shares my coffee. That's the best hack. So it's like cold water with coffee flavor, and it's really strong. So that's probably my stress buster, if that can be called that way. Otherwise, water. It's always water.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Divya, for sharing all your wonderful insights for the audience and coming here today and talk to us. We wish you all the best, and I also wish from my end that you get that genie in your life in the form of a tool which can give you completely unified total rewards in one place, so that your life becomes better.
Certainly, I had great fun. Thank you for having me again, and it was great session too.
Thank you.